everyone, it's Solaris Budgets, and I'm on a journey to ensure a better financial future for myself by budgeting, prop money cash stuffing, and doing savings challenges. So welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we are going to be cash stuffing for week 2 of April. Believe it or not, this is the second time I filmed this. So I filmed the entire video earlier, and then I was watching it back while editing it, and I just did not like it whatsoever. I did not like how it came across. I didn't like, just didn't like the video at all. So I'm re-recording this video. So there are some things that have already been done and can't be undone, like the roller match challenge, but we can discuss that as we go through. So yeah, how is everyone doing? I hope you all, if you celebrate Mother's Day, you had a lovely Mother's Day. If Mother's Day is something really difficult for you, I'm proud of you for getting through the day. And yeah, so anyone else get absolutely wrecked by the clocks going forward? I feel like it takes me about a week to get settled. Coming up to the clocks going forward, I start getting up really early, and then the clocks will go forward, and then any sense of me getting up early is just out the window. So yeah. Skew. Sorry about that. I thought I closed the window, and then dogs started barking, and I was like, I have definitely not closed the window. So just close it now, it should be okay. So yeah, yeah. I also didn't like the fact that I ramble quite a lot in these videos, and I will try and ramble a little bit less. So first of all, thank you so much for all the love on the name change. I really appreciate it. I just feel like it's more me, and I'm just really excited. Secondly, if you have made an order on my Etsy shop, you have no idea how much that means to me. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. The support just means the world. And yeah, I've got your orders. They're a little bit late dispatching, but they are dispatched now. So yeah, hopefully you'll get them soon and you'll enjoy them. I had a bit of fun with a new label printer. That's why it's taken a little bit longer than anticipated. But yeah, and by the time you see this, I should have graduated with my PhD. So if you don't know, I started this channel a few years ago. Basically I was in the midst of my PhD, so essentially you take on several years of research. It's new research under you have a supervisor, and they sort of guide you a little bit, but it's new research that you do. It's a big long project, and at the end of it you write a book, your thesis, you submit it, and then you have an oral exam. We basically discuss with your examiners, and they ask you about what you've done and try and test to make sure that you're the one that did the work, not your supervisor. Anyway, I did that. So I started that channel because you can take out student loan for it, but a lot of the times positions will be funded, so you're funded, you get a little maintenance grant. It's not taxed or anything, but it's not the biggest fund, let's just say that. You can get by, but I remember definitely in my first year I was paying extortionate rents to the university, and then mandatory meals charges, and all. It was ridiculous. I was very fortunate even then. At the end of every month, after all the bills and everything had been paid, I think I had £100-200 to play with. So my dinners would often be a soup and a bit of bread. It's mad thinking about it now. I'd spend £20 on a week's worth of groceries. You couldn't get that now, but I went into this degree with some savings as backup, but I just constantly feel I was dipping into savings, and I was so tired of it. And that's where I found first I started finding out more about personal finance, and then sort of landed in the more budgeting, cash stuffing community, and that's around the time I started my channel. My Instagram I used to post a lot. Now my Instagram is mainly for the shop. I took a break from YouTube for a bit, and I came back in September last year, and I'm going to continue focusing on that. And it has completely changed my life. It's completely changed the way I think about it. So I started off with very small amounts because I just didn't have any money, and just being really having the different pots and different sinking funds. And now we have a bit of a higher income than before. And yeah, the whole idea was to avoid lifestyle inflation. I think we have been guilty of it a little bit, but also we've been able to rein it in a lot, and actually we've been able to fund, and we'll be continuing to fund lots of lovely things. So yeah, doesn't matter how little money you start off with, just getting those habits and building those habits is just absolutely incredible, and it does just prepare you a lot better to handle things. Although saying that, price of groceries has gone up, and it's like, what is it, they're describing it all for April? Well, like, everyone is going to just be like worse off by $1,000 now a year because all the bills are going up. So, you know, I don't know, maybe we'll start building a buffer. Right, Ethan needs to stop ranting. Anyway, I will have graduated, hopefully, and I will be officially Dr. Solaris Budgets. I can officially use that then, so I'm very, very excited. Yeah, so first of all, in the everyday binder, I'm going to just say this now before we try and stuff it when we can't. I can't bother to count up the cash. It's about 600 of stuffing today. We did do roll and match. We rolled, so if you're new, I set aside £15. I rolled a 6-sided dice, and I rolled a lovely coloured dice. So this challenge is from the Rocking Witch. If you get 3 of the same colour, you put in 5. If you get different colours, you put in 10. I got different colours, so I put in 10 to the challenge, and I have 5 for saving personal spending money this week. So first off, we're going to put £250 into groceries. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50. So me and my partner split all our bills and household and food. Our paychecks just didn't line up very well. So while I book all my videos kind of as soon as I get paid, because I don't like money sitting in the account without a purpose. So it hasn't been moved to the certain accounts. It's too tempting for me to spend. So I filmed my video, moved everything last week. My partner got paid and then sent me the money, so we're stuffing it this week. So this is the first month that we've put extra money into the groceries. We've increased it by £100 a month, so we used to budget about £100 a week. So we're just adding a bit extra in this month to see how it goes. So there is 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, 93. I think there should be 10 more. Am I just losing my mind? And then there is, oh yeah, am I right? Oh, I don't know. There's about 310, and then there is, I know this says 200, there's about 73 on a gift card. We do Jam Donut. We get a weekly grocery delivery, and we use Jam Donut to pay for it, and it is, again, a game changer. But yeah, very interested to see what we spend at the end of the month on food. Groceries. Okay, so household, we budget £20 a week, so it's £80 on a 4-week month. It is more on a 5-week month. The way I work out those weeks is it's how many grocery shop deliveries do we get in a week, do I get in a paycheck basically. So if I only get 4 deliveries in the paycheck period, then it is 4-week month. If it's 5, then it's 5-week month. Do something similar for household. We get our household stuff with our grocery delivery. So again, it's £20 a week. It's a 4-week month. It's £80 a month. 5-week, it's £100 a month. And me and my partner split that. Hope that made sense, because yeah, that's how I budget it. Because I feel like it's the groceries that really define our budget. I don't even know if that made sense either. But yeah, that's how we work it out. So I did move Christmas to the front here. So Christmas is going to get 5, which means Christmas has 75. And then annual bills is going to get 20. So this is for stuff like TV license, contents insurance, water, etc. All those good things. I'm thinking about adding a little buffer to this, or just putting a bit more in. We'll see. So we've got 100, 200 and 45. I can't colour off anything today, but yeah, and car annuals, we're not stuffing that. I'm so praying that I've got enough money for car insurance. It is due very soon. Well, I can look very soon. Yeah, just my car insurance last year, as if it was my first car I bought ever, even though I haven't had a license for like 7 years at the time. I bought my first car last year because we were financially in a position we could do it. I say we, it is my car, I pay for everything, and my partner occasionally pays for like a top up fuel things when we're out and about, which is much appreciated. But yeah, it was just so expensive. Anyway, right, we're going to stuff low priority sinking funds first. So health is going to get 5, which means health has 15. Had to pick up some bits at the pharmacy, so it is not, it's a bit depleted. Pup is going to get 5, which means pup has 10. This is not our pup. Sadly, we are dog sitting in a couple of weeks. We're very, very excited. The dog has seen the place with his mum, so he feels a bit more comfortable. But that's just to get any bits that we need to get. We are getting everything that we need to look after him, but I might pick up like a little toy or something for him. Car is going to get 5, which means car also has 10. That's for any electrical charging when we're out and about, because I drive an electric car. Travel is going to get 5, which means travel has 20. And I have a feeling this might be in use this weekend because graduation is not cheap. I basically cash flowed it this month. I kind of wasn't expecting to graduate as quickly as I did, and then wasn't quite expecting it to be as expensive. So I already had a graduation when I did my undergraduate degree, and like I feel like there wasn't as many expenses. You had your photography and your like gown hire, and that was it. And I feel like this graduation, there's just more little bits that need to be done and paid for. But it's kind of like, I was going to say it's a once in a lifetime thing. It's twice in a lifetime achievement, but I'm only going to do a PhD once and graduate from a PhD once. So, you know, we can cash flow it and that's fine. If I was going to go into debt for it, I would not do it. That is my whole thing, is if I can do it without going into debt, absolutely fine. If I go into debt for it, it's not worth doing. Gifts is going to get 5, which means gifts have £30. Self-care is going to get 10, which means self-care has 20, 40, 60, 75. What I really want to do is have enough in here for a haircut and my eyebrows done. They're like my 2 things that I kind of prioritise. I don't do my nails or anything. I'd absolutely love to, but I just have other priorities. Haircuts are really expensive for women, and yeah, like I'm so used to, when I grew up I used to go to a training salon and they were fantastic because they were really cheap haircuts and they did a fantastic job because, you know, they had their supervisors there. And I always felt like, it's the same with science, I feel like if they're gonna learn, they need to learn, and I'm like, you might as well learn on me. Like, and I'm not that fussed, but every time it's been like perfect haircut, supervisors there to check it. They don't let you go out like having a really botched job, and I've never had a botched job, so it was kind of a shock when I had to pay for like a proper haircut. But yeah, I would like to do that. And also the hairdressers I go to, she got promoted and she is incredible and she just does wonders with my hair, so I don't mind paying a bit more to support her because she's amazing. Anyway, and I only go twice a year. I keep telling myself I go 3 times a year, and I'm like, no, twice a year will do. I'm trying to grow my hair out for the wedding. Skincare is empty and it's not getting anything. I had to pay myself forward with skincare. Run out of facial sun cream. It's something I'm really keen on. I wear it all the time, even in winter. It's just an everyday thing. It's part of my routine. I have really pale skin, so I'm a bit more prone to, you know, moles and stuff, and I just don't want to get skin cancer. There's a lot of cancer in history in my family, and that's just something I'm not interested in, so I try and protect myself. So I spent that, and I'm really proud of myself because it was free delivery over a certain amount, and I was like, I have this amount of money to spend. I can't afford to buy any more items to bring it up to the free delivery amount, but I do have enough to spend to pay for delivery, and that usually always catches me out. I'm always like, no, I need to get to the free delivery amount, and ended up being cheaper with paying for delivery. So yeah, right, fitness is going to get £5, and now we're going to have a bit of a discussion. So I've been doing some thinking, which may or may not be a dangerous thing, I don't know. So I have a lot of lovely sinking funds like clothes and budgeting bits and books and games and wish list, and they all sound amazing, and yeah, and it'd be really nice to get all that stuff, but I can't justify putting the money into those sinking funds when they are a want, not a need. And why am I saying this is, my partner and I are getting married next year, and our wedding budget is not fully funded yet. And I did some calculations, and I discovered that I could fully fund the wedding by the end of May. Well, actually, the end of April. I get paid at the end of April, and what I might do is just bung the full amount in. and what I can't justify having all these things with that not being fully funded. I will feel much better if that was fully funded, and then we could start on the fun stuff, basically. And I think it's because the wedding date has been set and we're starting to pay for things now that I'm kind of like, oh, I just want this done. So then when I look at the account, what is in the account is what is left of the wedding budget, rather than me trying to work out, okay, we spent this, but we still need to put this in, etc, etc. So sadly, we are going to take money out of clothes. I basically, over the course of like the past year, I've been like slowly replacing a lot of items that are like basically just worn out, and I have like a full like year's worth of clothes now that I'm really happy with. I'm not going to take money out of fitness. I feel fitness is super important. I do need some new running shorts because I run in shorts that I bought when I was 20, and I'm 20. I'm turning 29 next month. Oh, I'm turning 29. That's anyway. And I think, you know, I wear stuff till it completely wears out and is like not repairable, especially for exercising stuff. So I'm gonna keep that there. Just, it's super important for me to exercise. It's really good for my mental health. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Taking that money out there. I might take the envelopes out just because it's just really sad. But yeah. And then I'm not thinking about it. Although, when I filmed this originally, the Switch 2 had been announced, but didn't know the price of it. And now it's been announced with the games it's being announced with. And if you're new around here, I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan. It's like my special interest. So that is the only thing I will spend quite a lot of money on. And now I'm like, what do I do? But I think what I'm going to do is wait and possibly until they have a Zelda themed Switch 2. They often, like with games, will release like with a game the theme of, yeah. So we'll see. I'm not buying now. I'm not buying before we fully fund a wedding. We need to sit and think about this. But it was something I want to consider in the future, and also I put it on my wish list. Right, Ireland is getting at 25, and because I've already done this once, I'm not gonna colour in the things again. They're already coloured in. Why am I losing my voice? Ireland has got 100, 200, 300, 400, and 20, 40, 50. So 150. I had thought about taking from the holiday funds, but I think also because, well, Ireland's not set in stone yet, but we do want to go holiday. This holiday is for a wedding that we're going to, a friend's wedding that I'm thinking 220s. It is kind of set in stone. We have the date for it, so I don't want to take money from here. So we've got 500 and 20, 40, 50. Wedding, we are going to put £100 into. So wedding has got 10, 25, 26, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 35. We'll come back to that in a second. Right, house deposit, not getting anything this week. Pup. So this is going to sound really annoying to some people. At the beginning of the year, I moved money out of wedding to fully fund an emergency fund and to fund our pup fund, because at the time, so we were going to rescue a dog, but we hadn't asked for like our landlord's permission yet, and etc. And I kept seeing dogs, and I was like, I kind of want the money ready to go, so that if we see a pup we really like and we get a landlord's permission, we can go and get him. But because the wedding is set, I know it's next year, but because it's set and it's set basically the date, and we're spending, I'd feel more comfortable putting this into wedding than keeping it in pup. And with pup, we can easily replace that money in 2 months. And that sounds kind of counterintuitive, and this is the wonderful thing about budgeting. So if it doesn't work for you, you can change it up. At the time, mentally, that felt much better for me to do. Now it doesn't, and I'm taking that money out. We are still going to get a dog, and yes, we have got landlord's permission. We just need to wait for stuff to be changed in our contract, etc. But I'd rather put that into wedding, knowing that wedding will be fully funded, technically at the end of this month, but it'll be the May's budget. So I'm going to put that money, I'm actually just going to put it there for a second, because we might be able to condense it. So PUP is now empty, I'm afraid, but we'll be working on that again soon. Emergency fund, we don't often come here. My emergency fund sits in premium bonds. I won 25 quid on premium bonds and it gets reinvested into the emergency fund. So that's that binder for now. What we're going to do next is I'm going to try not to lose my voice. No, it's not these binders. I have so many binders. That is wedding stuff. So on top of all that's happening, it is the end of the tax year on Saturday. So Sunday morning, midnight Sunday, we're in the new tax year, I think. Or is it Monday? I can't remember. Anyway, coming up to the end of the tax year, and we've got a challenge that we're working on. Save the year. Now we got 350 in, and I did some calculations, and I'd actually prefer to just fully complete this challenge by raiding other challenges. So I'm just going to take everything out. So what we're not touching is Roll and Match, Fiver Friday, which I've already put the fiver in for, and I'm not taking it out. Penny Challenge we're not touching, and we're not touching Father's Day, but we will be taking 350 out of there. Challenge one we're not touching. I'm going to count this as fully funded because we'll add the 5 and take out the 5. That's a fully funded challenge. And what I've been doing is putting the fully funded challenges into an envelope. And at the end of the year, it'll be interesting to see what challenges we've completed. Taking £20 out of seasonal, £15 out of Sacra savings, £20 out of You Make Me Blossom, and then I think it's £10 out of here. So we will be continuing to do these challenges. We're going to restart them. I thought because we're in the very early stages with a lot of those challenges, it's not the end of the world. So that's those challenges done. Well, raided, more like. And we're going to go into here. So we should have, I know the amount that we should have to put in. We all stuff, so what you probably don't know is the way that I work this digitally, because this is all prop money, right? So for everything but the stuff in the purple binder and personal spending money gets deposited monthly. So all the wedding money is already been paid in, but when I film my videos I do it on a weekly cash stuffing thing, and I move the variable stuff in, the variable sinking funds, everything in the purple binder in weekly as well, and then the rest I just cash, but I cash stuff everything weekly bar the month. Yeah. So the money is already in the account, so I'm not worried about the wedding money rolling over into... I'm not worried about the money that we planned to put into the wedding fund with the cash stuffing not going in before the end of the tax year. It's already in, so I can't... So it's safe. But what I wanted to do is be able to move the money, that £500 that's sat in actually a Monzo pot, because that's how I find it easier to do the challenges. I want to move that into my cash ISA. That's basically what we're doing here. Pup fund is already in an ISA, and yeah, so let's count this. There should be 2,075 here. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 2, 5, 10. I'm going to add this up. So on the right, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 2, 5, 10. So 2, 10. I feel like there's something gone wrong. There should be 25. Let me grab that 25. I know this is cheating slightly, but I'd already done this earlier. So let me grab that 25. I must have, when I put everything back into the binders, missed a spare 25. That's okay. So how this works. So that's, no, 15, not 25. I'm going mad. What is new? Can I get a 10 somewhere? So I have this back to bank envelope. I've probably showed you this sometimes. When I spend usually money out of this binder, because that's my everyday binder, I just move it back into the bank rather than having to put it properly back into a box, which is where this money is kept usually. So, right. So we have 225, trust me on this, plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 50. Plus 1,000. Wait. That was plus 1,000. 225 plus 50 plus 800 plus 1,000. 275. So what I'm going to do is, and then 75, so 50, 60, 75, and what I know when we go into the wedding binder is, yeah, oh, I actually have more money in there than I thought I did. Okay. We need another 100. No, we don't. We need to get rid of 207. Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of all those 100-y things. Get 1,000 out. So we should have, if I've done the maths correctly, which you know is too many placeholders. We should have 10, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then 29. 110, so that all to 35. So that is what we have in wedding. So just under 1,000 left. That is how it's possible. 1,000 left. I have coloured that in, and that is the cash stuffing for this week. So I know there's a lot of moving money about a lot of the time. I always change my mind about things, but actually I kind of prefer to do it that way. Also just shows that budgets can be really flexible. Obviously if we bought the dog or we were about to buy the dog, I wouldn't move the money, or we had a heart set on something, I wouldn't do it. But I feel like it would be much better for my brain if the wedding is fully funded, because that's like a really big expense that I have in my head that I just want it done, especially now we were spending money out of it, because before we weren't spending that money out. I think we just paid like a venue deposit. And finally, I do acknowledge that kind of money is a lot of money for a wedding. Personally, you know, me and my partner have talked about it a lot, and this is what we want to do. That is the absolute max that we would spend. Ideally we would not spend that much. A lot of that is a buffer just in case. This is something that we're only going to do once, and we are in a position where we can do that, and we're going to try and save money in a lot of other places, such as I'm debating getting my dress second hand. We're not going for any decoration. The only decoration, the venue provides decoration. It's not going to be a very big wedding. It's just, you know, and we paid for the biggest things that we need to pay for, or pay the deposits and know how much it's cost basically. So hopefully it'll be a really nice time for everyone, including us. But yeah, so that's it for this week. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week for April week 3. These months are now flying by. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.